What is up, everybody? It's Grim here. Hope you're all good. Now, as you can see in this video, I was messing about on my warrior earlier on today, and over the last couple of days I've been playing stuff like Star Wars Old Republic, I'm playing Inquisition, Witcher, all sorts of different games. And I was thinking, do you know what? This is what WoW is missing. Now, I understand that WoW won't be able to implement this for what has gone before, but maybe for future expansions and testing it for, you know, their next MMO that is to come, this might be an idea. Bear with me, we're going to talk generic here, so I'm going to talk about castles and that. That's not that there might not be a pirate theme or whatever else. I'm just going to... It's easier if we deal with generics of what we're used to in WoW, which is castles, forts, you know, tented camps, that sort of thing. So, imagine this, you go into your new zone, and there is a hub, a quest hub, which is your castle. Okay, so you go into your castle. In the main building of this castle, there is, you know, the map, as you always get the map on the ground or on the table, and a load of guys stood around it. And this is where it differs from normal. And what would normally happen is you walk in, no matter what class you are, and you get the quest, the guy goes, okay, go here, do this. And it's generic for everybody. What would be really cool is, and I'm just talking here about the quest line, the main quest line that is in a zone. Okay, so generally what happens is when you go to a zone, there is a story, a quest line that sort of tells the story of that zone. It's got branches coming off of it, and it's got, you know, there'll be other quests in the zone like go here, kill a load of boars to collect meat so we can make sausages to feed the troops. There's those kind of quests. Those wouldn't be part of this, but what you do is when you go into that room, each guy would actually have a quest, and depending on what class you were would depend what quest is available and what you have to do to fulfill that. So let's put it the most simplest way we can. I'm stood in front of these guys, okay, and I'm a rogue. And there's the intelligence guy, there's the main general, there's the, you know, the mages, the warlocks, yada yada yada. The only quest that's going to be available for me is the guy that's the rogue. So I go up to him and I talk to him and he says, okay, look, we've got a castle, enemy castle, it's over the hill. What we want you to do, alright, is we want you to infiltrate this castle and steal some plans. They're at the very top of the tower. You think you can do that? You're like, yeah, I can do that as a rogue. Here's the thing. Some of your other abilities that you've got would actually be able to be used on this mission. So for instance, if I was a warrior, my mission would be slam the front door, break the front door down, and get in there and rescue some of our other troops, right? But the rogue, if he goes into the front door, potentially he's going to die because he hasn't got the same gear on, you know. And that's not a roguey story. A rogue isn't meant to walk through the front door slicing and dicing everybody. The rogue's going to be a sneaky little bastard. So the rogue would be able to use his lockpick ability and actually open a side door, open a servant's door at the base of the tower. Sneak in, into the tower, you know, kill his way up. He might get, you know, assassinate the fort commander and then steal some plans or whatever. And that would be his way, and then get out. And you could have, you know, a bonus objective based on that, that if you did lockpick the tower, or sorry, if you did lockpick your way in, and lockpick 3 doors or whatever, you would get a bonus amount of XP that go with that. Now, in the same castle, as I just said, the warriors would be, right, we need you to bust the hell out the front door, we need you to go in and rescue our boys that are trapped in the courtyard. They're about to be executed, go in and do that. It's exactly the same building, exactly the same, but it varies to add flavour to the classes. Now, as I said, this is the main storyline. What would also be cool is when you talk to, you know, the main general, if you're the warrior, or you talk to the intelligence officer if you're the rogue, you get like a kind of in-game cutscene where the guy's talking directly to you going, okay, we need you to do this, blah, 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 you're my best guy, blah, blah, blah. Adding a bit more flavour to it. If you ever played Star Wars Old Republic, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, where you go into an instant zone and you get a little cutscene in there. Now, I'm not talking about using some fancy, you know, sort of Warlords of Draenor style cinematic. No, you can use the in-game engine. That's fine, but just, you know, give us some voice acting, give us a flavour. Get the guy telling us, you know, if you're a warrior, okay, your brothers have been captured. We need you to go in. We need you to rescue these guys. Dun dun, dun, you know, the whole music going on. So you're like pumped. Like, okay, yeah, I'm actually vested in wanting to do this. I'm going to go rescue those guys because, you know, they may be with me on my next mission, and they might have like a little bit of a speech in the next cutscene or something. You're vested in wanting to do it. So the rogue has got to go in the tower. You know, the warlock, maybe you could have, okay, warlock, what we want you to do is, while the warriors and whatever else are attacking the main front door, we want you to sort of sneak in behind the warriors. They're going to be your meat shield behind them. And then once inside, we want you to, say, use your summoning portal to then use your summoning closet to bring in more troops. So use your summoning closet, and all of a sudden a load of NPC troops will pour in to help take the fort. When they do that, that then gives you the opportunity to be able to go into the cellar where they're keeping, I don't know, some magic book that you need to steal. Basically just use some of the class's flavour stuff. The other one I was thinking of would be, say, the Shaman. Shaman would be, okay, what we need you to do is to bust into the tower, go up to the top, and when you're up there, we want you to use your Farsight ability to be able to scout the enemy camp so we know what our next objective is, or whatever it would be. I don't know. I mean, that's just one that literally just came to my head. But then you could go on with a story. Now, all I'm talking about in terms of this would be the main story arc for that zone. Okay, that would have the cutscenes, that would have the voice speeches and everything else. When you went into the kitchens of your home fortress, or your home castle, whatever you want to call it, when you went into the kitchens and you had to speak to the cook in there who wants the boar meat, that would be the normal standard quest that we'd expect. You might have the guy say something like, I don't know, you know what you get with games like Baldur's Gate or whatever, where they might say, stay happy or whatever. They just say something generic to give you a bit of voice acting. So they're going to do that for you, but the rest of it's exactly the same as you'd have now. Well, they might say a little bit of something, but you're going to read the quest text, and that's then going to lead you on. I would love to see that. I would love to see a bit more depth, because I would actually care about it a little bit more, and it would it would be great to feel like my class was doing something that other classes can't do. The storyline is unique to me going into this, that I'm not a cog in this just generic wheel machine thing that's just blah. That's the same for, it doesn't matter what class you want to bring, it's going to be the same experience. I also think for Blizzard's sake, if they did this, more people would want to experience different things. Like, I'd be, okay, I'm going to go into this castle, I'm on my big warrior, DK, whatever, I got busted in the front door. Cool, man. But how does the rogue do this? That'd be awesome. I want to see that. How does the monk deal with this? Whatever. And you could... I think there's a lot of potential in this. Now, literally, I was playing on the warrior like 5 minutes ago, and I had this thought. I was like, dude, I want to do a video on this. I want to just talk about this literally as it's fresh coming off my head, and we can build on it. So you guys throw in what you think. Would it work? Would it never work? It's just WoW based on far too old an engine to even think of this as an idea. Now, bear in mind, I'm not talking about this as being a legendary quest line, okay? This is just a normal quest line about how it works, but with more vested interest in your character, okay? Not just you are yet another Horde Alliance grunt that's just going through the same shit that you've done 100 times on every other character. Don't want that. A great example would be when you very first get to your zone in Warlords of Draenor. So you got Frostfire and you got Shadow Moon for obviously Horde and Alliance. If you got there, each quest to capture Caribor, or I can't never remember what the Ogre Castle Fortress is, but each quest to get that, you might end at the same point. And I'm not going to say what the endings are, because I don't want to spoil them in case you haven't. I don't know why you wouldn't, but in case you haven't got Warlords of Draenor yet, I don't want to spoil it for you. But you'd get to the same point at the end, but each story arc for the the various classes would change and would be different. That I think would be fantastic. If a rogue had to sneak into Caribor or the Ogre Fortress, or I think that'd be really cool to give each class a little bit of flavour. As I say, end at the same point, not a problem, but just mix it up a little bit. What do you guys think? Let me know. As I say, I'm literally just talking off the top of my head here, but let me know. Do you think that'd be you'd care a little bit more about questing? You may be a little bit more interested in trying different things? Or is it still just, look, WoW's all about get to max zone, get to the max level, and then do whatever it is you do? Is that it? Or can we make it more? Is there more to be had? Is there more of an experience and enjoyment? Would people level slower if they had something like that to enjoy, rather than just, I must get on day of release to max level so I can do things? Anyway, that's my idea, guys. Let me know what you think. Hope you have an amazing day, and I look forward to reading your comments. Have a great one, guys. Talk to you later.